Hi again then guys, so we've got another GranTurismo 6 top speed tune for you today. This time it's for a hugely popular muscle car. This is the Chevy Nova SS. It's a premium muscle car. So you want your racing soft tyres as always. For suspension, we've got the ride height as low as possible. You don't have to do that, I've just done that for the looks and for the stability mainly. But like I said, you don't have to do that. Springs I've increased to 925 and 5. Dampers and anti-roll to 4. Camber slightly higher just to allow the car to really keep all of its stability at high speed. Neutral toe as always. For the gearbox we've got an auto setting of 261 as you can see. Then for the individual gears we've got them on 2680, 1500, 1000, 750 and 575 with a final drive of 3.5. I can't remember if you need to do the gearbox flip for that, I'm not sure. You'll have to check that out and compare it to yours. You may have to do the gearbox flip to achieve those numbers. For the diff we've got low initial torque as always, high acceleration and low braking, all the power upgrades obviously, and although I haven't fitted it I would recommend NOS, and obviously you want weight loss. Now I'm obviously wrong, but I recall that this car had more power than it actually does, which is weird. I must be wrong, but I thought this car had over 800 horsepower, but in this current form here it's running 797, which just doesn't sound right to me. I mean, I must be wrong, but I'm sure this car used to have more power than that, and it's not because of how many miles I've done on it. I haven't done that many. And I've done all the upgrades, it's got an oil change and everything, but like I said, I must be wrong, I must just be remembering it wrong. But yeah, hugely popular muscle car for obvious reasons. It's a premium car, great looking car, it's very well proportioned. It actually has great weight balance as well. It makes a brilliant track car, especially for the 500 pp region. For top speed, it's not as strong as some of the other muscle cars. I feel like it probably does have more potential, but at the end of the day, it still does have significantly less power than the fastest muscle cars in the game, like the Plymouth Cuda, the Buick Special, that kind of thing. Obviously the Red Devil, the Jay Leno Tornado, all that kind of thing. But it still has respectable performance for a muscle car. It has a cruising speed with this setup of about 232, 233. And it's a fair way away from the red line. You've got around 1500-ish RPM before you hit the real red line. So plenty of draft potential. You should be able to quite easily get this car up to around the 270 region, probably more with draft. So obviously if you need it to do more than that, say 280, 290, just extend that final drive a bit more as always. But yeah, it's a pretty decent car on its own. Not the quickest of muscle cars, which is the main reason why I don't personally use it as often as I'd like to, but definitely not slow. It's got very good acceleration and it does have better handling than some of the other muscle cars in the game, or than many of the other muscle cars actually. If you haven't tried this car out, that's quite surprising because most people have by now, but I would recommend that you do so. And I hope you find this tune setup helpful. So if you did, feel free to subscribe. I put out new tunes every day. And as always, thanks for watching.